I'm Mike.
And I'm Adam.
And this is Stuff and Waffle. Two friends talking about stuff, and often as not, waffling with frequent reference to Bond cars.
We're back safe and sound at our desks this week.
We are this week.
No,
I do not have a wheel in front of me, so we're okay. Yes.
No, you're all right.
Yes, we will do that again, though, because I thought it worked rather well.
Yeah, I thought it worked rather well. I was quite considering it's sort of a mobile setup. I thought the audio worked reasonably well.
I thought it was fine. A nice little rumble in the background and a bit of indicator tick here and there, and all was well. Yes.
Yeah, very, very authentic, I thought.
It was almost like it was real. Yes.
No, I think people enjoyed it as well. I've had pretty good feedback on that. So.
I've had some good feedback too. Yeah, I thought people quite like that, so we'll try and do a bit more of that, I think.
Yes, yeah, definitely. We'll. Oh well, it was suggested, wasn't it, that we break out your vehicle again, but switch seats.
Switch seats, yes, absolutely. Very happy to do that. Yes, and perhaps we'll actually plan a bit more of a route. I mean, we actually had a journey to do last time. We were legitimately going somewhere, but yes, perhaps we'll plan a bit more of a meander, and you take the wheel. Yes.
Yeah. Very, very keen to give it a try.
Give us your review of a more modern Jag. Rob wants to go as well. He's
okay, right. The queue is forming.
Yes, it is. Yes, which I'm surprised at, given that it's a more modern car. But maybe that's the reason for it.
As modern cars go, it's quite an interesting one. So I think that's.
I suppose so. It's quite rare.
Yeah, they're not.
So no, they're not. So yes, very happy to accommodate that.
Good stuff. Right, this week I have noted down a few items, and it does appear to be a theme.
Oh, okay. Intentionally or by accident?
Well, certainly by accident. None of the organisations, companies, or anything are involved with one another. Just the theme is things getting canned this week.
Oh, okay. What's gone away then?
Right, what's gone away this week? Let's start with the big one, which I haven't necessarily seen broadcast on mainstream media. However, it's really done the rounds with people who seem to know.
Okay.
And that's the end of Top Gear.
Okay, yes, I did see that. Not as big a fuss about that as you might expect, has there? It's a bit of a kind of
Yeah, I mean, considering it's the BBC who are stopping it, the BBC haven't seemed to have mentioned it.
It has run its course, though, hasn't it? Let's be honest.
It's a difficult one because I know you weren't a big fan of the latest trio.
No, I was not.
But
I'm not alone in that.
No, not at all. But it's also they've also been. I think they've proved that I think perhaps among the diehard car fans, they were possibly less popular, but as more of a sort of casual viewer, they did. I think the three of them worked quite well together.
Yeah, to the more casual viewer, I just. I mean, it's probably not fair for us to judge it because, we know a bit about cars, but, or rumour has it.
So we've led people to believe. Yeah.
So, indeed, see how easy it is to fool people.
Yeah.
Obviously, Chris Harris knows a lot about cars and is a very good driver. The other two, not.
No, it's interesting. Obviously, you've got Paddy McGuinness, who's known for his presenting skills.
Yes,
so he's a good front man.
Yeah, didn't know anything about cars.
No, not at all. And Flintoff was definitely a curveball choice, should we say?
was unusual. I don't know anything about the sort of casting of those two. We know a bit about the casting of Chris Harris, but I don't know much about those two. And how much was it? Who's willing to take this on at this point, rather than who is the right person for it?
For following the departure of Clarkson, Hammond, and May, the Harris, McGuinness, and Flintoff proved to be the more successful of the presenters that they've tried.
We don't probably even need to mention Chris Evans, because that was just
we missed that series out altogether.
Just weird.
That kind of interim set, because who was the interim? It was Chris Harris, Matt LeBlanc, and Rory Reid. That they found their feet, actually.
They did, although I never thought Rory Reid was given a particularly fair shake of it.
No, very true. Yep, I agree.
Yeah, because he's better than you would know just from watching that.
Yes,
by some margin, in fact. Chris Evans was just weird.
Yeah, but I suppose the thing we're doing is we're analysing it and basing the canning of Top Gear on the presenting abilities, where we go, actually, the Chris Harris, Paddy McGuinness, and Freddie Flintoff trio was actually doing quite well.
They were.
And it wasn't their presenting or their viewing figures why they got taken off air.
True. No, that's not what's killed it in the end. I'm presuming it was the accident.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's the doing daredevil things for the sake of it.
And it was always probably going to end like that, to be honest.
Yeah, which is a shame, because I didn't religiously watch their episodes, but I have watched some. And there was one that they did where it was like no stupid stunts, just really nicely done. And it was what was it? The Cars My Dad Had, I think, was the gist of it.
Yeah, I know that one. Yeah.
And it's like, that was bang on.
It was a really good film. Yeah.
You're like, you did. I think they did the entire episode about it, didn't they?
They did. It was effectively a special. Yeah.
Yeah. And you're like, there you go. And people loved it. Car people loved it, and normal people loved it, because you can relate to it.
You can relate to it. They were actually driving normal cars that people actually bought. Ford Escort and stuff like that. So yeah, I agree. I thought that was they had their moments, but I think generally, aside from them specifically, I think generally the format was beginning to get a little bit tired.
Yeah, it was shot for the sake of it. And you go, well, there you go. You've got quite what would appear to be a mundane episode that proved to be one of the most popular.
Yeah, exactly. And maybe they should have been doing more of that sort of thing. But it was true of the Clarkson, Hammond, and May ones as well. Quite often, the simpler ones were the ones that were really popular.
Yes.
But
yeah, I think so.
And again, that didn't die because of their presenting abilities.
No. That died for other reasons.
There's a different reason. Yes, that's right. I don't think it's a bad thing in itself that it has come to an end. I think perhaps it was time. I think the format's a bit tired, and I don't think Chris Harris has ever been particularly comfortable doing it.
He hasn't, but if you sort of listen to him on the Collecting Cars podcast, you can go, it's trying desperately to think of ways to fill the bank balance again.
Well, he will be, won't he? And I notice he's starting to appear on YouTube again. So he will have taken a drop in income there, I'm sure. And he'll need to find a way to bring that back up. Yes.
Yeah.
But he will, because he's good.
Yeah, it'll get snapped up, even whether he's doing his own thing or not. So these hot properties, shall we say?
I would have thought so. Yeah, he'll come right. Yeah.
Okay, so.
But yes, I did see that and thought, Yeah, probably fair dues, to be honest, at this point.
Yeah, it's as soon as the sort of details emerged of that crash, what would have been end of last year.
Yeah,
you just knew that. Oh, God, no, this we can't keep going through this.
It's not going to survive this. Yeah,
well, we had the big Hammond one in 2006, 2007, whatever it was.
The really big. I mean, he's had a few. To be fair,
the really big one where we thought it was a goner. Yeah,
the jet car crash. Yes, was that 2000? It probably was 2006, something like that, wasn't it? Let me have a look.
6 or 7, I would say. Yeah.
Let me have a look. I will check it for us.
I mean, we've got the fact that that's gone now. I mean, Grand Tour is very much ad hoc, special basis now.
20th of September 2006.
Yeah, there we go.
He went upside down at 275 miles an hour. Yes.
Yes, that will definitely do it.
That'll do it.
Yeah.
Yep. That'll do it. And it did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're back now. Going right. Well, Grand Tour's sporadic, like a couple of specials a year if we're lucky.
Yeah, James May said in the last couple of weeks they've just done one. They've got another one scheduled, and there is talk of another one for next year, but it's not scheduled or anything yet, and they don't have a particular plan for it. But beyond that, they have no idea because Amazon doesn't tell them.
No, that's fine.
People can ask them as much as they like, what the plan is. It's that we just don't know. Amazon do not say. No, so we find out about it not that much sooner than everyone else.
No, that's fair enough. So that means now, in terms of car telly, if we discount YouTube from this, something that's sort of broadcast or streamed from a big provider, we're back to Wheeler Dealers being the biggest car deal on.
I suppose we are, but YouTube is kind of where it's at, though, isn't it, for that sort of content now? It's not terrestrial, so you don't go to terrestrial television for your car content. Well, I don't.
No, not particularly. I mean, the only time I do sort of stray away from YouTube would be for Wheeler Dealers.
Yes, that's fair. Yeah, that continues to be
it does. We're about
spot on. I saw they did their charity episode, their anniversary episode, not that a while ago.
I think they're in the can. I think they're due to air next week.
Yes, we haven't seen it yet, but I saw that they'd done it. No, Mr. China. No, sadly. As we sort of predicted. Yes. Yeah. It's a great shame that he can't come to terms with it, but there it is.
It is what it is. But yeah, I believe it airs on the 16th. So
yes, I believe it's done.
Keep your eyes peeled. I think I should have read the press releases and news a bit more thoroughly, but I get a feeling it's not just a standalone episode, it's about to begin another series, I think.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense. Yes, that makes sense. Yeah. But I knew the anniversary special was it's been planned for a long time.
That feels that's such comfortable viewing.
Well, it is, isn't it? Really, yeah.
I don't mind the change in mechanics. I've got a lot of time for Ant Anstead. I've got a lot of time for Elvis.
Fine.
They've got each of them got their own style, and I
still like it. I still enjoy watching the old ones with Ed.
Yeah, I will happily put on the old ones. So it's just any three of the mechanics, I don't mind. I've got no preference. I enjoy all of their content. Very happy with it. And I'm really looking forward to the anniversary one. It's going to be good.
It is going to be good. It's just a shame that Ed wasn't part of it.
Yeah.
But,
tis what it is, I'm afraid.
Yeah.
But like we said when we speculated last year that he wouldn't do it.
He wasn't good. He made it very plain that he wasn't interested, and he wants nothing to do with it anymore. And that was sort of confirmed by Johnny Smith's interviews with both of them. Actually, that no, that's not.
Well, yeah, I mean,
that's not happening.
He did interview both of them. Mike was much more open.
Yes, he was
to the idea of it than Ed was.
Yeah, Ed just basically slammed the door on it. Mike said, he'd love it, but he's welcome anytime. But he didn't think it would. No, didn't think it would happen.
No, and he was exactly correct on that.
Yeah, he would love it if it did, but he didn't think it would.
No, it's fair enough. Is what it is.
Yeah.
Right. Top Gear got canned.
You did. That was definitely this week. Yeah,
that was definitely this week. The Jaguar F-Type has also been canned.
Yeah, I knew that was coming.
They've got like a quick V8 run out special with a roundel on the side, and then you go, that's it. That will be the last petrol powered sports car from Jaguar.
Yes, apparently so. What's left in the lineup now?
Oh God!
It's
right,
not much, is it?
I tell you, we keep speculating. Right, well, you hold fire. I will be going to the.
Let's.
I'm on it.
Let's
do
it. Yeah, I'm going as well, just for my own delectation.
Right. So we have. Once the F-Type goes,
strange website.
Awful website. This is
awful.
This website feels like it's a sort of late 90s, early 2000s style. Awful.
Not good, is it?
No. So we've got Jaguar I-Pace, Jaguar F-Pace, Jaguar E-Pace. So all the same sort of package.
All the SUVs, yeah.
We got an XE. XF. You can still buy one.
Oh, you can you? I thought that had gone. Okay.
It still lists the F-Type on there, but...
Yes, we know that's going. So you can still buy an XE, you can still buy an XF.
Oh, what's interesting though, on
XJ.
The F-Type, all the other ones have the build your own button, so you can go off and configure. On the F-Type, it says, I want one.
And that's it. It's just one spec, and that's what you get. Yes, you can still get XE and you can still get XF, but no XJ, obviously.
No, actually, and you can still get a sport brake.
You can still get a sport brake. I'm just checking that. Yes, you can. Different engine lineups to the one I've got again.
Oh yeah, massively.
Yeah. And you can, I believe, now get XE and XF as a manual.
Oh.
They're not auto only anymore, but you can only have the manual in the 2-litre diesel. Nothing else.
Enough.
Yes.
Okay.
But you can get XE and XF as a manual, which
I've just gone into XF and I can't find a manual.
I thought you could if you... Oh, maybe they've canned those then. Till quite recently, if not currently, you could get a manual 2-litre, but only the 2-litre diesel. If you wanted anything else, it was auto.
Looks like they're all auto now. Oh, they're chopping and changing left, right, and centre. Okay, so
maybe they've changed that recently then, but you can still get the sport brake. You're right. So they still do an estate.
So you can have a small saloon, because they're quite small actually.
The XEs are quite small, yes. Well, it was a replacement for the X-Type, wasn't it? It was meant to be a small car.
Or you can have an array of SUVs that all look to be there or thereabouts the same size.
Well, there's not much in it,
which is and that's your lot.
Yeah,
that's good.
Yeah, or XF, slightly larger saloon or estate. Yeah. And that is it. Yes, there's no XJ.
No.
No more F-Type.
And
the range is dwindling, isn't it? And there's nothing to replace any of these cars.
And as we've said, not only is the range dwindling, but as are the sales figures.
Very much so. Well, the sales figures, as we know, from the beginning of the year, are, I think it's not too strong a word to say, pathetic.
Yeah. Absolute toss.
Yeah. They cannot survive with numbers like that. I seem to recall it was less than 1,000 XFs of any spec.
It's just...
It's a worry.
It's just awful, isn't it?
Yeah. And I don't understand why, because it's not that they're bad cars.
No, it's just that to the car buyer in that particular segment of the market, it's they don't have a strong enough presence.
No, I don't think they do. And I think a lot of the ground they gained on the German manufacturers has since been lost again.
Oh, yeah.
They were at one time making a serious dent in BMW and Mercedes and Audi sales. That has all stopped again.
Yeah. It's not a case of dwindled. That doesn't exist.
No, they are of no concern to the German manufacturers. But for a while there, they were. And I don't know what's gone wrong. Maybe they're just not. I mean, none of these cars have changed for quite some time now.
They've not moved with the times, have they? So that's
the range is which Jaguar do have a history of not moving with the times, and you know, in some eras that has worked for them, but now it's not. We've got a dwindling range with a dwindling range of options on the vehicles that do remain, and it's just. It's not doing it, is it? It's not doing it. When you compare it, only to BMW, who will sell you pretty much any of their models in any form factor, estate, saloon, coupe, convertible, with any engine and any transmission, you can, spec up exactly what you want. Whereas these days, you've really got to want a Jag to have one. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You've really got to want the Jag in order to order it brand new, because they're just not offering the choice, are they?
No.
I mean, I have to say the prices are not horrific that I'm seeing here. I mean, XF starting from 35,000, XE starting from 33,000.
Yeah, it's not ridiculous by any stretch.
That's not out of the way. No, that's not out of the way.
But I think they can price them at that because they are quite old cars.
They are. Yeah. I mean, it's like we were saying when after we'd finished recording last week, and we were stood in our kitchen here, and we were talking about my new car, and I said then, it's kind of sad because that's the last of its kind. There's nothing to replace that. XF Sport Brake is the end of the line. XF is now the top of the Jaguar range. There's nothing above that anymore because XJ's gone. Discounting the SUVs, obviously, because they're silly. But XF Sport Brake particularly, there's nothing to replace it. That is the end of an era, the end of a line.
Yep.
And I know that there's a facelift beyond the one I've got, but it was really just a facelift.
It's hardly transformed it, did it?
No, it didn't. It was a very minor revision. It's essentially the same car, slightly different engines and things, but I hope whatever plan they're working on is going to work, because I think we're possibly in more danger of losing Jaguar now than we ever have been.
Yeah. We've said it before, and we'll say it again. It is a slippery slope. It feels like at the moment.
It is quite literally dwindling, and now, possibly for the first time ever, Jaguar do not offer a sports car.
Yep, that's a worry, isn't it?
That's big.
Yep,
that's big. They offer sports saloons. You can get an XFR Sport or a XES, but they're saloons. Then they're great, but
they're not sports cars, are they? So
there's no sports car, and there's no big squidgy saloon. Again, they've been doing that since the 1950s.
Yep. More cock-ups. Oh dear. Right.
Is it cock-ups, or is it a grand plan that we are just not aware of? It might be a cock-up.
do you know when we were fairly odds on about Ed China not going back to wheeler dealers?
Yeah, all right. It's a cock-up.
Yeah, yes. That. I've got another. Let's get away from Jag because we're just going to upset ourselves.
It worries me. It really worries me.
There's another car that's been canned this week as well.
Oh, okay.
Volkswagen Up.
Really? Oh, I've missed this. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought that was doing really
production
well.
run. Oh yeah. It sells really quite well, so they'll stop that.
Is this just the diesel variant or the EV as well?
I think it's just going
Completely.
Yeah.
But that's been a cracking little car.
Yeah, in whatever setup. It's
yeah. However you order that, it's brilliant. Electric or petrol or whatever, that's brilliant. They do a GTI version.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah. But yep, all done.
I missed that. That's very disappointing. I mean, I'm not the world's biggest VW fan, I'll be honest about that, but I don't think you are either. But that's a shame.
No, and we commended them the other day for their stance on the Passat, but
we did estate only. That's fantastic. But don't get rid of the little E-Up. That's brilliant. They're everywhere. They're really popular.
Yeah, like you say, whether you've got one with a petrol engine, you're revving the nuts off of it, or you've got your EV for your commuting about or whatever. It's just
it's perfect as an EV. That little thing. I mean, they're very popular in the cities. Yeah. Rich Porter's got one.
He's got one. Mr. Friend's got the Seat badged version.
Yeah, exactly. Well, as an EV, it's perfect, isn't it? Little whizzy around commuting car. That's brilliant.
It. And you see, I mean, you couldn't for love nor money get your hands on a GTI if you wanted one.
No, they've been hard to come by for a while. Yeah,
but they're even harder to come by now. All gone.
Oh dear! No, I missed that. That's disappointing.
Mm-hmm.
Has there been any justification for that? Or it's just gone?
I'm just having a look. No, there's. This is only a snippet from the statement, but it says production of the Up and the E-Up at the Volkswagen plant in Bratislava will come to an end in the fourth quarter. Therefore, individual configuration of vehicles will no longer be possible. Customers can still contact their local Volkswagen retailer for information about pre-configured cars that remain in stock.
Sorry, whenever anybody says Bratislava, it's the opening scene of The Living Daylights.
Yeah, that's it. Unfortunately, it's not as glamorous.
No, indeed. There's no V8 Aston parked by the side of the road.
No.
Oh dear, I hadn't heard that. That's really disappointing, and I don't understand it.
Yeah, I don't understand it. I don't agree with it. The fact that it was selling really well. It was available in all the different guises, depending on what you wanted.
Something for everybody there, wasn't there?
Yeah,
there really was something for every buyer there. Yeah,
that's it. It's don't know on that one. That's I say I don't know. I'm baffled by it.
Yeah, absolutely. I missed that. That's surprising. I still think of that as a relatively new car.
12 years old.
Yeah, well, that's probably more to do with me than the age of the car.
No,
I still consider the Mark. I still consider the Mark I Focus a relatively new car.
Yeah, it is. It's modern. It's a modern vehicle. But that's the problem. You think things are way younger than they actually are. We've had this discussion before.
Yeah, we all suffer from it.
Yes, it does. You talk to people who are blatantly younger, and you sound old now.
Yeah,
whether it's cars or something, or tech. Tech's a brilliant one.
Yeah, it is. Even though we work in tech.
Yeah, it's. I was having a conversation with someone about Steam, the gaming platform, and
yes, I knew that.
I'm just clarifying for the listeners. There we go.
Yes.
They're not all techies like us.
No, true.
And I've had an account from fairly early doors, and
I
was talking to someone. They went, "Oh right, well, when did it start?" And I was like, 2003, I think Steam became a thing.
Right? Yeah, could be.
I think it was there or thereabouts.
Yeah.
I'll confirm that actually in a sec. And they were saying, "Oh, blimey!" I said they were saying, "Oh, it's like I was." What did they say? I think it was either 10 or 11 at the time. Like, oh, come on!
Oh dear, no. Don't throw that at us.
Launched a software client in September 2003. There we go. We're all right.
Well done.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's old, that.
Yeah. Yeah, but in my head, that's still relatively new.
Yeah.
2003. That's okay.
Yeah.
We've had that platform then for 20 years.
No,
Brilliant.
don't add that up. No.
Unfortunately, it was really easy maths on that one. So
it is quite easy maths, yes, but
yeah, don't do it. I'll stop.
Just don't do it.
Right.
Don't do it.
Right. So after those three, we've had Top Gear, F-Type, and E-Up. I'm done for things being canned this week.
Okay. Good.
So I've pissed on your fireworks, and there we are.
That's all really disappointing news.
Have you got anything for us that's more cheerful?
I had a sighting when I was out and about today.
Oh, go on then.
Yeah, this really caught my eye. I was following it for a short distance when I was out and about in the Jaguar today, and this really caught my eye. This is a proper rare thing, proper rare groove. This a V8 Lotus Esprit.
Oh, bloody hell! Yeah, we spoke about one of those a little while back, didn't we? But
we did. I think I picked one in one of our lists.
Yeah, really should keep a record of these lists. We're bloody useless at that.
Probably should. Yeah, we have to go. Someone will have to go back through previous episodes and work that out. But yeah, it was in a dark blue. Quite an unusual colour. One of those.
I like that.
Yeah, it was lovely. But really tidy.
Yeah, they've styled so well, considering they were really trying to eke out another iteration.
It was the last of line, wasn't it? But I think it's aged beautifully. It does not look old.
No, not at all. It looks wonderful.
Timeless design.
Like that.
Yeah, that was really nice to see that. Yeah,
that's a very cool spot. You mentioned lists.
I did,
and I'm not suggesting we do one now, but there is one that we mentioned a while back and has come up in conversations I've had with other people away from the podcast of saying, when are you going to do it? The homologation specials.
Oh, we talked about that ages ago, didn't we? Yes, we've been very remiss and not doing that. Yeah.
I'd made a fresh note of that because of the conversations I'd had. So I think that's one that we both need to put at the top of our lists to go and write down some contenders.
Yes, fair dues. I will certainly pay some attention to that. I suspect the blue oval will feature dominantly in my list.
I can think of, when you say blue oval, I can think of 3 immediately.
Yeah, I'm sure you can. Yes, I'm sure you can. It's not difficult with that.
No. But I can also think of some other treats as well. So
yes, right. Okay, yes, fair dues. We did promise that a long time ago, and never got around to it. So yes, we'll do that. We've also got a Bond review coming up.
We do, yeah. It feels like a bit of housekeeping now.
Yes.
And if we say it on here, we'll actually have to do it.
Well, that's the theory, yes.
That's the theory. I have another one for you as well. This isn't necessarily a list, but it could be a list that you whittle down to one.
Okay.
Now, I thought this one would be very tricky because what I'm going to say is we have to pick a car from an era that isn't necessarily us.
Okay, interesting. We've done it where we picked, didn't we? We picked cars from the year of our birth, I think.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we did that.
Quite enjoyed that one. Yes.
Yeah, I enjoyed it, and I think people listening enjoyed that one as well.
Yes, I was just pleased I didn't end up with a Morris Marina, but being a child of the 70s.
I have to be very grateful for that.
Yes.
So this could be tricky because I think you and I both potentially struggle to relate, but I think we need to go and pick ourselves a pre-1950 classic car.
Oh, that is right out of our comfort zone, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't even know much about my knowledge is is limited there.
So that's one I can't spring on you. So if I tell you now, that's going to
No, you can't spring that on me because I wouldn't have an answer. So,
so what do you? Yeah, that's. I want you to mull that one over because that we're going to come back to that. You're going to have to whittle it down to. You can have whatever you want. I'm not going to set a budget on that.
Okay, so no budget, no particular genre or anything, no particular type, anything I want, but it has to be pre.
Pre-1950.
Would you say okay? Yeah, that's okay. Okay.
Yeah, so you can have up to and including 1949.
Yep. Okay. That's going to take a little bit of research.
Yeah, because instinctively, when I give you tasks normally, I bet you've got just a quick one in your head. Go, oh yeah, I got something.
It often doesn't take long. That will.
Yeah,
I got nothing on that.
No, I guarantee you got nothing there. So
no, I've got nothing to work with on that. Yeah, that's definitely going to be. Need some research on that front. Yeah, good one. Yeah, okay. We'll come back to that. That is a good one. Yeah, that's right out of our comfort zone. That,
but that's fine. We can let everyone partake in that one because I think it's. Well, I bet I know who will be good at this, considering some of the articles we've had. I bet your dad will be all over this.
He will. In fact, he will have owned some cars that fit into that category. So
I'd be very interested to know what it would be if he had to pick one.
Yeah, that is. I think I know what it might be actually, but I might be wrong. But I've got an inkling.
Okay.
But I will pose the question to him. Well, in fact, you just have, so I don't need to.
He'll be all over it.
Yes, he never misses one of our episodes. So, I would like to know your answer on that. Yes.
Yeah, because I've got some. I've got manufacturers in my head. I don't have models in my head.
I've got manufacturers that I think will fit into that category, and they are manufacturers later category as well. But I would need to research to be sure that I'm in the right era. Might not be.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean because there's a couple of cars that in my head go, yeah, that must be a pre-50s, and I bet it's in the 50s.
Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? And I need to research what certain manufacturers were up to in that era because I wouldn't be confident.
It's very difficult as well because if you want something that's sort of on the cusp, you got to think, well, that's post-war. That makes it really difficult for European manufacturers on either side of the conflict.
I have thought of one that I know does fit into that actually, which is a particular favourite of mine. I've just thought of something that I could give you an answer straight away.
No, you're not having it. You need to list. You need to whittle down. Don't destroy. Don't ruin the content now.
I won't do it, but I do. Yeah, something has just popped into my mind that I know would fit into that category. Yeah, okay. That's an interesting one. We'll come back to that.
Okay.
That's good. I like that.
Actually, I think I might know what it is, but I'm not going to say it. We're going to have to we'll reconvene. I bet I know what it was.
Yeah, you probably could guess this because it has been discussed.
I bet I know what it is. I might even quiz you when we're finished.
Yeah, fair enough.
Because it's not going to spoil anything for anyone listening.
No, we won't put it out. But yes, there's a good chance actually.
Okay, so what we've got then is we're not struggling for things to think about. Then we've got homologation specials, no dodgy.
Yes,
we've got Die Another Day that we really must tackle.
We need. Well, neither of us need time to sit and watch it. So
no, I derailed this week. We're recording a day earlier because my week is just ruined.
Yeah. So we might. Well, what are the chances of being able to watch it before next week?
But I would say maybe slightly improved.
Yeah. Oh, let's see how we get on.
Yeah, because I could. Yeah, I think we could possibly sneak. I might be able to sneak that in at the weekend. I might do it in a sort of 2 stints because I'm still not. It's been a long time since I watched it, and it just feels like I might need to split it because
it's not one I go to often.
Not
at all.
I still campaign that it's going to be better than we remember it.
I think there's a chance of that.
I think it's really helped that we've, relatively speaking, recently watched Never Say Never Again. That really adds this wonderful.
It does
lift bit of perspective.
Yes, it does lift it. Following that, yes, I grant you. Yes.
Yeah, so that could work in our favour and make it a little bit more palatable, I would say.
And Mr. B is enjoying a bit of a sort of renaissance at the moment.
Yeah, he is, and he's just. We've said it before as well, and he's just irritatingly cool, isn't he? And
it still is, even now.
And from and like we've said as well, but it's not just that he appears to be a nice bloke; he genuinely is. Yeah, I've known people who've met him and they said he's just an utter delight.
Yeah, I've heard the same. He's just had his first art exhibition in Los Angeles, which he was really excited about. He's had some really good movies out of late, and he's still doing the business. He's still, he's still as cool as you like.
That's it. And you look at him and go, well, we discussed this and went, how are you that pristine at the age of 70 now, is it?
Yeah, he's still got it, hasn't he?
That's it. I mean, I look like a shriveled ball bag, and I'm only just about to nudge 40.
Yeah, well, I got 50 coming up, and I'm in much the same boat. Yeah.
No one's winning here. Well, apart from Brosnan.
He is. Yeah, he just gets better every year.
Oh, bloody hell.
I don't know how he's managed that. But anyway, we will do one of his. No, I won't add an adjective to that. We will do one of his movies.
No, we've not. We did GoldenEye, but we haven't. I know we've spoken about Tomorrow Never Dies so much, but only the cars.
We've not reviewed it. No, we're bookending his era. We're doing the first and the last. Yeah.
Yeah, in no particular order, but it was just in my head. It's like, did we do Tomorrow Never Dies? But no, it's because we've never left the cars alone in that one.
No, and Jasmine Llewellyn's pronunciation of the BMW
750.
Why didn't they retake it? No one says it like that.
But I still claim that he just went stubborn. No. It says 750 on the page.
I'm not doing it again. That's what it says. Bloody Germans.
That's it. Well, he delivered it beautifully, so it's fine.
He did. No, I guess it's him, so they just think, oh well.
Yeah, Berkey, but it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah,
we've said it's those two playing off against one another were just perfect.
It did work well. Yeah, it was never the same with John Cleese. As much as I love John Cleese, it wasn't the same.
No, it wasn't the same. He was awkward in The World Is Not Enough, and when he was on his own in Die Another Day, it was just bad.
Yeah, it was. It didn't work at all. On paper, it should have, but it didn't.
No, and I'm glad they realised really quickly and went, oh yeah, we're rebooting this, but not with him.
No, don't call him. Yes.
No, that's not because I don't like what John Cleese puts out. But
no,
it's just. I know there was an air of lightness in the Brosnan films, but that was too light.
Yeah, it was. It was jarring. It didn't. Yeah, it was. It was too much, as you say.
Yeah. Okay.
But we'll touch on that when we do our review.
We will. There you go. There's a little preview for you. Yeah, all right.
There you are.
But, right, enough planning and nonsense from us. We'll one of those three will happen next week. Okay? There you go. That's in whatever order you want, or whatever's easiest for us. Whether we've not had time to watch a film, I get a feeling we're going to be doing the pre-50s one next week.
I think we might be as well.
But we'll see. We'll catch up at the weekend, but next week you will get one of those 3 episodes, and you will enjoy it.
That's an order.
Well, I think that's probably enough of that for this week. Check us out on all the various social medias and things. Thank you very much for listening.